Guys, Sharon Warshaw, Superstar Director with Team Relentless Pursuit of Fragrance, here to talk to you today about the quirks of the compensation plan. In my last video, I talked a bit about the vocabulary of the compensation plan to help you understand what the compensation plan means, because in my humble opinion, understanding the vocabulary helps make understanding the compensation plan that much simpler. Now, today, I want to talk to you about some of the quirks of the compensation plan. And a lot of the quirks of the compensation plan come when you have started to build a team. And so, mainly the people who need/want to hear about the quirks of the compensation plan are those who are lead or above, or who plan on being lead or above here very, very soon. So, let's go ahead. I'm going to do a screen share because you guys, let's face it, I work better when I am focused, and that means a PowerPoint presentation. So here we go. The compensation plan works, or the quirks of the compensation plan. We'll see how this title sticks out. First things first, I love, love, love how much resources Scentsy gives us on how to understand the compensation plan as it is written. And you can find that information by going to the training tab and searching both compensation plan and success paths. When you search compensation plan, it will break down the compensation plan for you by title, for all titles. And when you look at the success path, it should be available to you and to every title junior to you. So if you are a star consultant and you search for success path, you should be able to see star consultant, lead consultant, certified consultant, and essential consultant success path. Now, this is important not just for you as a leader, so you know what kind of information your downline is receiving, so you can help build on that information. And sometimes we forget. And it's really cool if you can go back and check what kind of information that Scentsy has for you at those particular titles. So I love, love, love that this information is available to you. Do not reinvent the wheel. Go check it out if you haven't seen it before, okay? Next, a few things to remember about the compensation plan. And to be very honest with you, these things are important to remember before we start to review the quirks of the compensation plan. First things first, the compensation plan assumes that you're going to continue to sponsor once you start, okay? So now, if you look here, I'm going to go ahead and push the button. If you look across the top here, as lead consultant, you need to have 1 active frontline. Star consultant, you need to have 2 active frontline. Superstar consultant and above, it is 3 active frontline. But if you watched my previous video on vocabulary, you'll understand that the group wholesale volume, not PRV, wholesale volume, gets significantly higher as you go up the compensation plan. And you guys, let's be honest, many hands make a light work. And when you're sponsoring people like this, you have the opportunity to help other people do what you do in Scentsy, which is kind of the magic of being a Scentsy consultant, both as a sponsor and as a downline, in terms of what you're able to do with the Scentsy business and how Scentsy can help you and your family in your life. Another place on the compensation plan where we see that the compensation plan assumes that you're going to keep sponsoring once you start is right here in the personal wholesale volume bonuses. You see, as a lead consultant, you have a personal wholesale volume, meaning the bonus you make on your own sales goes up from 2 to 4 to 7 to 9%. So as you climb the compensation plan, you start to make more income on your sales. So this is the compensation plan telling you that once you start to sponsor, it's really awesome if you continue to sponsor, okay? The second thing the compensation plan wants you to know is that we want our frontline to sponsor and to grow their own teams. And let me show you where you see that. Now, I went ahead and just arbitrarily picked Star Director over here, and because I want you to look at the frontline bonuses for these titles as you grow your team, as you work your way up the compensation plan. So as a Star Director, you're making 9% of a bonus on your essential and certified consultants wholesale volume. Now, as a lead consultant, that number is 2%. Okay. So as you start to grow your teams, and look, your leads 7, your stars 5, on down to your second generation is 4. And then as a superstar director, it's actually 5% in your third generation. Okay. So now this is a mathing kind of thing. I can show you why you want to make 7%. Oops, I hit that. That's okay. I can show you how you want to do that, but that is a sign that the compensation plan wants you to help grow your frontline, not just sponsor them, but help them grow. And this leads right into my next quirk. Many of the quirks of the compensation plan are a part of leadership, which we will absolutely get into in another video, okay? Because if you're sponsoring and then helping those people grow, that is leadership. And we'll talk about that later. We're just doing compensation quirks today. The quirks of promoting to lead, and I just realized that my video is over here, but one of the coolest things about being a lead consultant is you become eligible for, that's the first time you become eligible for your personal wholesale volume and on your team volume. So that is super, super, super exciting. But what is also super cool about becoming a lead consultant is you start to become eligible for referrals from the consultant locator when you are paid at title. So it's not a case where you just promote to lead one time and then suddenly you earn the opportunity to be on the consultant locator, your personal wholesale volume bonuses, and your team and group wholesale volumes. It's when you get paid at title. But that while that is true for all titles, that shows up first when you're a lead consultant. This is why it is so exciting to both promote to lead, help your frontline promote to lead, and continue to be paid at title as at least a lead consultant. So cool. Okay, the quirk of when you and your frontline have the same title. Okay, so you can see here from my little green box and my little red box, what happens is when, for example, a star consultant also has a star consultant, that star consultant is not paid on that leg of her team, of her downline. That volume is still there. It doesn't disappear. That consultant is not removed from the downline. They always stay in your downline reports. I've heard some consultants say, oh, when I promote, I'll lose her, or she'll be taken away from me, or she won't be there anymore. And none of those things are true. When somebody is of equal title than you, you are simply not paid on them. Okay. So that is the cut and dry bread and butter of it. They will still show up in your reports. You will still see them in your group wholesale volume. You'll still see them in your team wholesale volume. However, when you run a compensation history report, you will see that you do not get paid on that person. Okay. There you go. The quirk of when you have a frontline with a higher title than you. Okay, so when you are a director or above, hold on, let me reverse that. When you are a superstar consultant or junior, it holds true the same thing. You just simply aren't paid on the title of that person who is junior to you, okay? So superstar consultant and junior, you are not paid on a frontline that has a higher title than you. However, when you're a director and above, if somebody has a title that is more senior to yours, then you're paid according to the generational TWV bonus based on your title. So as a director, you can have another director, star director, or superstar director that is junior to you. Isn't that crazy to think about? That is junior to you, and you'll get paid 3% on your first generation, okay? Meaning just one level junior to you, or one generation junior to you. And if you're confused about the language, which I am having a hard time keeping straight myself right now, you can watch my other video and see the difference between a level and a generation. So you're paid as a director, you are paid on directors, star directors, and superstar directors, one generation junior to you. So as you go up the compensation plan, you can see that a star director gets paid on 2 generations out, and a superstar director gets paid on 3 generations out. Okay. So again, so there's kind of 2 rules here. two rules here. For superstar consultants and junior, if someone promotes to a title higher than yours, you do not get paid on them. For directors and higher, if somebody who gets paid on a higher title than you get paid on them depending on your title, whether or not it's first, second, or third generation bonus. Okay? It's a quirk of the compensation plan. If you're a superstar consultant and you promote a director, you don't get paid on the director. But if you're a director and you get promoted director, you do get paid on them. Fun times. Definitely promote ahead of your downline. The leadership thing. Okay. Oh, there you go. Look at that. I have words. Okay. The quirk of when you aren't paid at title. Okay. Now, let's be very honest. This happens to a lot of us, right? It's a part of the growth process. A lot of us get promoted in big months like March when there's a new catalog, when October rolls around, or November when people have gotten nice and moved into the current catalog and they're getting ready for Thanksgiving, they're getting ready for the December holidays. A lot of us, in the natural fluctuations of a Scentsy business, get promoted in one of those big months. Okay? It's normal. It happens. But then what we're left with once we aren't paid at title is an opportunity to build. But let me show you what that looks like on the compensation plan, okay? So let's just say this is me over here as a cute little brunette in like a burgundy kind of shirt over here. And I have a lead consultant that is junior to me. She has 500 PRV, 1,000 GWV, and 2 active frontline, okay? Now, you know that that is a lead consultant who is being paid at title. And then over here on the right, we have a certified consultant with 200 PRV, 1,100 GWV, and 1 active frontline. Well, a certified consultant has been promoted to lead, so those numbers are just fine for a certified consultant, right? Now, I am a star consultant. I have 500 PRV, 2,100 GWV, and 2 active frontline. Well, you can see over here from this nifty little chart that we've got over here that we don't need 2,100 GWV to be paid at title. We need 2,500. Okay. So what that means is what I have actually achieved, the title that I have actually achieved according to the compensation plan is lead consultant, which means, because we just learned this before, we are not paid on the lead consultant leg of our business. We are, however, paid on the certified consultant leg of our business according to the compensation plan. Okay. So when you're paid as lead, that brings your paycheck to about $150, $250. Feel free to use the compensation calculator that I have shared with you before to calculate these numbers using this particular spread. However, if I had been able to make up the difference of 400 GWV, my paycheck would have been $211. Okay. You see the difference there, literally in red and green versus what it looks like to be paid at title versus not paid at title. Now, of course, this is a star consultant, so it's a little bit different when you're a lead consultant or even when you're like a higher, like a superstar consultant. This was just the simplest way that I could show you the difference between being paid at title as a lead versus being paid at title as a star consultant in a very common makeup of a team. Okay. The quirk of when your frontline isn't paid at title. Okay, I'll be honest, I kind of actually love this. Okay, so this time we're looking at a superstar consultant who has 500 PRV, 600 GWV, and 3 active frontline. She checks all those boxes, right? She is 100% being paid at title. This little superstar consultant is. Now we've got a star consultant over here who has 500 PRV, 1,000 in group wholesale volume, and 1 active frontline. Now we know, because we are scholars of the compensation plan, that a star consultant needs 2,500 in GWV and 2 active frontline. So our star consultant over here is not being paid a title. Our lead consultant, on the other hand, over here with 500 PRV, 1,000 GWV, and 1 active frontline is in fact being paid a title. Now we're going to go out on a limb here and just imagine that the superstar consultant has several other legs of her business because she is required to have at least 3 active frontline.
So we're just going to use our imagination about where else her 6,000 in GWV actually came from. Okay. So what happens when we're not paid a title? If you use that compensation plan calculator that I shared with you earlier, your downline, you are being paid on your downline according to the title that I'm sorry, excuse me. You are getting paid on your downline based on their current title. So according to Scentsy, when you go to this consultant's website, when you look up her information, whatever, you're going to see that she's a star consultant. Regardless of the fact that this particular month she didn't quite hit star consultant numbers. Okay. So so you are paid on her as if she was a star consultant, despite the fact that she didn't hit star consultant numbers. That means that your bonus on her is going to be about $30. Now, your lead consultant, because she is a lead consultant and is paid at title as a lead consultant, your bonus on her is actually $50. Isn't that nuts? It's $50. Why? Because when you look at the compensation plan, you can see the percentage of a bonus as a superstar consultant for your paid at title lead consultant is 5%, but your paid at title star consultant is 3%. All right. So you're doing the math on this as a star consultant. So when her GWV is not quite hitting star consultant numbers, you're getting a smaller percentage on her. And this is why at the very beginning of the video, I said that there are a lot of leadership topics in this video that we are not going to cover, but we'll cover in another video. But if you were curious, if you were to flip the script on this a little bit, just a little bit. You're still sitting pretty over here as a superstar consultant that's hitting all your numbers, right? Let's just say, for instance, we had a star consultant over here who did have her group wholesale volume numbers. She did have 2 active frontline, but her PRV is sitting at 350. Okay. Now, she is still not getting paid at title. Why? Because she's missing her PRV, right? When you look at the compensation plan, she's missing her PRV. But what do we, as her upline, base our bonuses on? We base our bonuses on the GWV, right? Or TWV. They're interchangeable here. So when you go to Superstar Consultant, you come down here and you look, you're getting paid on the team wholesale volume bonus. Okay. So in a quirk of the compensation plan, watch what happens. Your bonus actually goes up to $75. Why? Because we are paid on the wholesale volume, not whether or not they are paid a title. Okay. That's a quirk. Okay. So last quirk. All right. So I just want to throw this out here right here. Because if you have a downline, upline, frontline, good friend, or whatever, who thinks that they are hurting someone other than themselves by not taking full advantage of the compensation plan, I'd like to point this graphic out to you as a display of the fact that you will always be paid more on your own success. Okay. You will always be paid more on your own success. Your upline, you know what? That's their business, right? Okay. The quirk of losing your team. This is something that I don't think we talk about enough. You can, if you choose not to be a part of Scentsy leadership, opt out. And that's completely okay. Because if it's not something you want to do, where nobody wants to make you do it, okay? So option 1, you can choose to disenroll as a leader. You can give up your opportunity to sponsor. And when this happens, your title reverts back to certified and your team rolls up to your sponsor. Option 2, if you don't place a 200 PRV order every 3 months, your privileges as a sponsor are revoked and your team rolls up to your sponsor. Again, this is an opportunity where to have conversations with people and to have leadership opportunities. conversation with Scentsy, conversations with your sponsor, conversations with your team. Again, this is kind of a leadership point, but Scentsy gives you options to stay with Scentsy as a consultant, but not necessarily have to lead and sponsor if that's not something that you're open to or comfortable with or ready for. Okay. Putting it all together, your greatest source of income in Scentsy is through sponsoring and leadership. When you are first getting started with Scentsy, you absolutely must focus on your frontline. Why? Because the compensation tells us that all of our frontline income and bonuses all of our bonuses comes from our frontline, with the exception of director and above, which is a whole other subject that we will cover in a different video. Anyone can do this. You guys, nothing in the compensation plan says that you have to have a special degree or happen to have a certain skill set or a certain number of years practicing something. Scentsy sponsoring and leadership is something that you can learn on the fly. Scentsy is really good at teaching, and more than anything, it means caring for people and connecting with your frontline. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop share. All right, you guys, have an amazing rest of your day. I hope this was super informative. If you have any more questions about the quirks of the compensation plan, or you feel like there's one that I didn't quite cover, or one that you have a question about that I didn't cover, please just reach out and let me know. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. And if I don't know the answer, I know where I can find the answer. Okay, I'll talk to you later.